According to the government that the sponsors of this protest are from the obedient movement. Why always obedient movement? Let's get a reaction.
No, there's always a target, when that was the reason why the Eastern governors and of course the Hanese has maintained a particular position. Because when you mention obedience in the political circle atmosphere in Nigeria, the consciousness of every Nigerian is being directed to Igbos, forgetting that obedience is in the 36 states of the federation, in all the political parties in Nigeria, including the APC. But you can see how the game they are going. First of all, they came out that it's an IPOB oriented, that one we fought it in the social media. That one has died down. Now they come up again that obedient movement is behind it. Obedient movement is not behind anything. The people that are going about trying to say that this is not what we want are the people who are watching it live, seeing Nigeria being murdered by elements that does not deserve to be in a position of authority. So they are watching Nigeria being taken to the gallows.
The gallows.
The gallows. They are watching Nigeria being taken to the altar. They are watching Nigeria being laid on the table for slaughter. And you say they will not rise up to, even though like what Ndume is trying to say, I did it because I have the spirit of patriotism. I don't want to be seen to be unpatriotic. And that's why I have to tell Tinubu, enough is enough. So
he made allegations. That's one of the allegations that those surrounding Tinubu are thieves.
yes, he said kleptocracy. Yeah, it's an act of theft. And that means what they are doing there is shoplifting. They are shoplifting Nigerian resources. Everywhere they see them. That's what what he's trying to tell the world. And Ababio, I think the Senate became like a mod. No, how would I put it? The Senate, Nigerian Senate, since ever Lawan stepped into that position, have become a shadow of itself. The worst now is under Akpabio, who is very, very, he does not have the charisma. He cannot see the Senate in him. He cannot see that institution of Senate in Akpabio. Akpabio has made everything about the Senate look very childish by the way he carries himself, by the way he reacts to national issues, even by the way he engages the press. The only person that we have missed so far, we miss Bukola Saraki and we are missing Chuba Okadibo. These are the two outstanding Senate presidents Nigeria can never forget in the history of this country. But those who are championing the murder of Nigeria, they should wait to see the nature of the protest that is coming. Now, but the problem is this, if you look at it from different directions now, you can see that, the struggle of patriotism is continuing to weak the unity of this country. The northern students are saying they are not coming up. The northern coalition of northern groups are saying, no, we are not part of it. And you can see, and let me tell you, the eastern part, the Biafran position, the eastern governor's position, the Ohanese position on end bad government is well understood, because they are pushing it in different directions, and it failed, to be rooted against the Igbos in trying to march for the protest at the end of the day, because they will turn everything against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and they will move it in that direction. And Tinubu, being surrounded by 70% of his administration and policymakers are extremely Yorubas, and they can, sabotage the negotiation that is going on currently now about the release of Nnamdi Kanu. We must understand that. And based on that, that is why the Ohanese, the Eastern governors, are saying that Igbos are not going to participate on anything that has to do with the protest, and well understood. Then, but the Gen Zs in Igbo land, or in the Biafran land, who felt otherwise, can go. It's a constitutional right of people, according to civil society organization, to protest, to carry out a demonstration. But in everything, they are trying to put a political undertone to it. So, and you can see the same thing has happened and happened and happened and happened again. And Igbos need to understand that this is not just ordinary protest per se. Because of the Igbo Republican nature, they are everywhere in 36 states with massive investments. And they are being seen as the target anytime. That once they step out, it can be used against them. Their shop and investments can be destroyed overnight. So the Igbos have learned this in over and over and over again. And the Igbo beating tanks of the Igbo kingdom has come out to make a clear statement. And the Igbos must understand that this is not a matter of politics. This is a matter of, that we are not going to be involved. Let me explain. As I'm speaking to you now, we have only about 5 ministers representing the entire eastern region in this
Is that
administration.
not fair enough?
Then we have 11 ministers from southwest. All the 70% government control parastatals and agencies have been handed over to the Yorubas. Then what are you going to tell? What are Igbos who are going to be involved? And moreover, the thing spill over. It can be they can use it to continue to manipulate the law against Nnamdi Kanu. So we understand that as currently now, the Igbos are losing economically, Igbos are losing commercially, Igbos are losing politically, because of insecurity, as a result of government planned kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, knowing fully well that Nnamdi Kanu represents the symbol, of Igbo unity. They represent the symbol of Igbo thinking. They represent the unity of Igbo political powerhouse. That everything about Igbos now is built around Nnamdi Kanu. So they understand that. They understand the followership. They understand the belief. They understand, that every conscious Igbo man understand what it means when you talk about, restoration of Biafra at the end of the day. And that is why the Igbos are trying to be very careful, not to understand the tone and who that is involved. You look at it now, that minute, are Yorubas going to come out? When is sovereign now? They should step out now. Are they not the revolutionaries in this country? They should step out. They not say they are not joining. What does that tell you? They are only fighting for survival of corruption. They are not part of the struggle of national unity in Nigeria. Politicians, I'm talking about them. You understand? They are only interested in surviving corruption, not about struggle of entity. So all these kind of statements that governors are grieving, that who they grieve for? Grieve for yourself. Grieve for you people. People should grieve for yourselves. Nigeria has been grieving for the past 104 years, and you are still saying that they are studying our grievances. So you begin to wonder, from one direction to another, from one direction to another. It's left for them. It's just like that the spirit of Biafra, having seen that Nigeria is already being murdered, the Biafra spirit has left them. So anything you are telling Biafran about Nigeria now, you need to put it on the table and look at it as a map and study it one after another. Because Nigeria has become a threat to their own citizens. Nigeria as a nation has become a threat to its own people. Those who voted for you are now afraid even to ask you hello. But what you throw at them, you throw hunger, you throw mockery, you make rubbish of their humanity. Do you know what it means for a man to wake up in the morning and he'll be begging for food? A man with children, a wife will wake up and will be looking at the husband. The husband will look at the window. The children are already scratching their head. 1,000, 2,000 naira cannot put a food. You cannot go to a buka and sit down by the roadside like Nigerians normally have. You go better. Nobody they talk, you go better again. Nobody is saying it, you go better. The consciousness of the Nigerians are asking themselves, what do we do? They are asking themselves. The children are asking parents, what do we do? The mothers are saying nanny, what do we do? The husband, the father is saying, what do we do? Do you know what it means? They can no longer find a solution. They have run out of humanity. They have run out of survival. It has become a struggle.
I guess they want to use the obedience accusation to also blame the Igbos because they believe the obedience is an Igbo.
You know that is why that's why I started from that angle, because you know, and I look at the position of our of governors. I'm not saying that our governors of Eastern region, and of course I look at Ohanese, and I look at opinion leaders, you know, people who mold the consciousness of every race, of every tribe in this country, you know, and look at how they are able to mold the consciousness of the Northerners against the upcoming this thing, and they are trying to see how they will link it, you know, to Biafran cause, link it to IPOB, link it to P2B, link it to Igbo man, then loot their shops, close their businesses, detain them the Kano. That is what they wanted. We are going to tread softly. We cannot continue to. No, we are going to tread softly. It has become clear. You know, Obi said, let us go to the street. After he know that it became very clear that his mandate was stolen. Obi said, no, civility plays out. He went to the court. No, no, everywhere. He said, no. He went to the court.
That was a wise decision.
That's what I'm telling you, that the Northerners are now saying they voted for religion instead of competence. How is it the business of an Igbo man? Again, why is it that when they want to share national cake, you don't see Igbo man there? But when it has become a matter of survival and struggle, go and bring them. You can see how that was why somebody like Gaduje can come out publicly and said everybody in the Biafran land, the eastern Nigeria, should join APC so that they will not be marginalized. Bros, all these things have been documented, you know, because those who are still in the spirit, who are seeing what is happening, you know, with spiritual eye, will come out physically, you know, one day to tell the truth, and posterity must judge. They can't take that away from anybody. It's a reality. It is something that we have come to live with. It's something that we have come to understand. It is something that has become a reality. And we begin to question it. Where is this thing coming from? What is the essence of this agenda against Igbos? What is then in such situation you are asking me that I should be part of an entity like this? No, of course. People will look at it that directly. The whole world is watching. The American government is watching. The UK government is watching. The world leader, France, Germany, they are watching. They are documenting. They have media coverage in Nigeria. They are seeing the development, you know. Even though this morning I was listening to news and somebody was saying it is time for the world and of course the Yoruba to recognize the presence of Igbos in Lagos State by giving them the slot of the deputy governor. How many of them can go to Aba, and be able to do exploits, considering the fact that this is the former capital? But still, look at the contributions of Igbo in the development of Lagos State. So where did an Igbo man actually go wrong? That's the question I want to put out there for all of them to look into and digest. That the quest to push Igbos in Nigeria has over 1 million times received the consciousness of the divinity. And there's no going back about it, and we are going to take it as they come. You know, we know what to do at every particular time. It's not this one that Sunday Igboho is saying, you know, pursue them. No, yeah. They say, hold on. Are you holding on? The Yorubas are telling Sunday Igboho to hold on when his own people are being slaughtered, and you are waiting for a conspirated government to come to your rescue. Government behaves like a butterfly. Nigerian government. A typical example on how to understand the Nigerian government is to look at what Fela Anikulapo always said. He said you go save and save and save. You go save under carpet. You go save under this. But when you want to buy, and on your way to the market, government go add 1 naira again. They call it government magic. Tinubu is telling his own people that are being murdered on daily basis that they should wait, or the Yoruba elders are telling their own people to wait to see what Tinubu will do. That if then Tinubu did not do anything, by that time they have cut all of their head, the conquest would have taken place. No, we are not going to accept that. So all these push statement here and there, making all those kind of a statement. Igbos are calm. Igbos are calm. We are studying. We are looking at events. We are watching things. Our focus and mind is already placed, on the Prince of Africa and the rise of Biafra at the end of the day. We don't know whether there's anything, called Niger, or you talking about Nigeria. So we must understand that all this apology that is coming from Gowon and the rest of them, has been alleged. I don't think that people are. The time for that has gone. We are stepping to the next level. We are crossing over to the next level. We are following the trend, of happenings around the world. We want to understand, that there is need for us to stand firm, and defend ourselves against any oppression and suppression in any way, be it politically and otherwise. You can see recently, how the Northerners have started trying to see if they can have a beautiful romance with the Easterners, having been disappointed by the Yorubas. But it's been rejected. Igbos are careful. We know what happened. How did they say it's an Igbo queue? When Buhari had his own, nobody said it's an Igbo queue. When Abacha had his own, he never mentioned it is an Igbo queue. That is what we are talking about today. And as I speak to you, the distance is very clear. The understanding is very clear. The philosophy is very clear. The motive of operation is very clear. Let everybody stay on your own. If you feel that you want to rescue Nigeria from being murdered, you come to the streets and protest. But for the Igbos, we have had enough. 28 people were killed in Nnamdi Kanu's house, and the whole world has looked the other side. The Americans have seen it. The United Nations have seen it. The UK have seen it. That somebody that without arms, government agents went into his compound and killed 28 people, and they still leave such government to go. And you can see the reckless statement coming from former chief of army staff, recently, where he went to Osun State and make a ridiculous statement. And that's up to now, the world court did not see it. Yes, UN did not see it. International Court of Justice did not see it. ECOWAS did not see it. AU did not see it. And you're telling me that when things will happen, that all these blocks will remain. They cannot going to remain. There will be nothing like AU. There will be nothing like ECOWAS. I am telling you, in no distant time, and the only people that can champion the stand and transformation of Africa are the Biafrans. Because they say, they have predicted it, that in the next 50 years, Biafrans will take over Africa. And in taking over Africa means transforming Africa, to a continent that the blacks can be proud of.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. God bless you.